hold on. Before we even start this, Caroline, I got something for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Caroline.
Wow.
Happy birthday to you.
Wow. Thank you so much. That is the sweetest thing ever.
Go ahead and make a wish and blow out your candle. Look at that! Happy birthday, Caroline.
Thank you so much.
And I'm going to sit here and eat the cupcake right in front of... No, I'm joking. I wouldn't do that to you.
Thank you for the most beautiful birthday song.
If we ever need a third member in our group, we know that you got the voice.
We know how to call.
That's hilarious. Deal.
Yeah.
Deal. I can't believe that it has been 10 years since I met you guys. Icona Pop, welcome to America's Dance 30 for the first time.
Yay.
Thank you so much. Like, how? 10 years? How?
10 years.
Where have you been?
Exactly.
I know.
Where have you been?
I know. I've been here. Where have you guys been?
All over the world.
Yeah,
We've
that's
been
a
all
good
over,
question.
but not.
Well, not only congratulations on the 10-year anniversary of I Love It hitting number 1. That is amazing. But congratulations on Fall in Love going number 1.
Ooh, thank you so much.
That means so much for us.
Yeah, that is so. We're so happy.
Yeah.
Because I mean, coming out with this new album, Club Romantic, and just being back in the States, it just feels so good.
Now, is this your second number 1?
Yeah, I think it's a second.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
All I know is we need to make it less than 10 years in between your next number 1.
Well, you know what? We're already writing on our new album. So a lot of Icona Pop music is going to keep coming out. So,
And we might even have something coming out this year.
yep, very soon, actually.
Whoa!
Did I say something that I wasn't allowed? Yeah.
We won't tell anybody you mentioned that.
No, don't tell anyone.
It's
Well,
very soon, actually.
I can't wait to find out how Fall in Love was born. But before that, let's get to know Icona Pop a little better with Finky's firsts.
Okay.
So I love finding out the origin story of artists. I know that you guys met in music school when you were younger, you went to the same music school, but you met at a party afterwards, right?
Yep.
But was music the first thing that you guys wanted to get into, or was there something else you wanted to be when you were growing up?
I think music was the main thing. I wanted to be an astronaut and a musician.
Yes!
And I'm scared of heights, and I hate like small. I have like
You're claustrophobic.
Yeah, I'm claustrophobic. So music. It became.
It
music.
was the only option, actually.
I don't know. I know. I could see you on the moon.
Right.
Yep. For sure.
And what about you, Caroline?
No, but I mean, music was always my first choice. I don't really remember, I think we watched a lot of MTV, listened to a lot of music when we were young, and that's when I decided, this is what I want to do. But the road, how I wanted to do it and what kind of music, that was really trying and exploring.
Gotcha. Now, as I mentioned, you guys met at a party just randomly. And is it true that you guys decided to create Icona Pop the next day?
It is.
It is. It happened so fast.
It was so quick.
It was almost put a ring on it,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. Because it was I don't want this to go away. So, okay, we're a band. Let's book our first show, even though we didn't have the songs.
We just needed a goal. We just needed, and we were sitting in the sofa and we were like, okay, this is such a good energy. Should we just start a band?
Because we wrote like 2 songs
Yeah.
the first time we tried, which we really loved.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But writing music can be so vulnerable sometimes. You can be a little bit embarrassed and like you're showing your ideas to someone and maybe that person don't understand your language of writing. But with Caroline, it was just like, it was this magical thing. And I felt directly like, I can't let this go. And it's amazing 14 years after. We're sitting here.
Feel the same.
We're still besties.
That is
Same.
so incredible. Now, talking about songs early on, do you remember the first song that you guys wrote?
Oh, yeah. Sheriff came to town on a big black horse. And it was like this Tarantino. We called this.
Bum, 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 bum. And it was like,
came to town on a big black horse.
he'll challenge you.
May the best man win. It was like Tarantino
Meeting
pop.
sugar babes, kind of.
Yeah, it was actually really cool, and we called it death pop because
Yeah,
it was
we
like
were death pop.
dark.
That is amazing. Did you guys actually put that song out?
No,
No.
but we produced it, and it's somewhere in our old computer.
So I
So
think maybe it should come out.
we should like leak it, and
like a treat for our fans.
yeah, that would be so much fun.
That
Yeah.
would be
And we
incredible.
performed it live a couple of times.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, when you guys were trying to decide for a name, was Icona Pop the first name you guys decided on, or were there other names you were going to go with?
Well, we were nameless for a while. And we realized just because we booked our first show so early on, we're like, okay, we need like flyers. How are we going to do this? We need a name. But then it was actually my mom. She was at this dinner with her Italian friends, and they were talking about like that we started a band, and they were like, oh, so they're going to be the next pop icons, which is Icona Pop or Icona Pop
In Italy.
in Italian. So she was like, that sounded cool. So she sent us a bunch of names, which one of them were Icona Pop. And we just felt like, okay, we're Icona Pop.
That felt like immediately right.
Yeah. So thanks, Mom.
Yeah, but it took
Thanks,
a couple of
Mom.
years. We were really nameless for like at
Yeah.
least a year.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, now we're Icona Pop, and that feels so natural. It feels like we've always been Icona Pop.
Yeah.
Icona and Pop.
Yeah.
So does Mom get like 10% residuals off that?
100.
100%. Yeah, she did all of it.
Everything.
No Bushi sitting
Yeah,
there somewhere, and
somewhere.
we're just like
We're just
in
doing
a
the
basement
Yeah,
doing our
exactly.
thing.
That's hilarious. Now, of course, besides your original Icona Pop stuff, you guys have worked with some amazing artists. I mean, Afrojack, Galantis, Tiesto, Steve Aoki. The list just goes on and on. But do you remember the first dance song that made you guys fall in love with E EDM?
I mean, we grew up in the 90s, and in the
Yeah.
90s, the dance music was just blowing, especially in
So
the
good.
UK.
Ugh.
So I remember like Stardust, music sounds better with you.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole first Daft Punk album.
so good.
Also, like there was a little bit more like punkier dance music, like Firestarter with Prodigy.
Oh,
So epic.
Like you
I
could
mean, makes you want to just
rage.
do
Man.
whatever. Like,
And that's such a cool
100,000%.
combo as well.
Yeah.
Like it was, you could really do whatever you wanted with dance music. But I think like one of those like super special track that was still DJ is
Robin S?
Yeah, Robin
oh,
S.
Show Me Love.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And I
just
mean-
so like timeless.
And Ultra Nate as well. Like
Yeah.
for us to do a collab with someone that we just admire so much has been also such a fun and amazing thing.
Yeah.
So we feel very honored.
That's so awesome. And it's ironic that you mentioned Prodigy. So over the weekend, I was at EDC Orlando with a friend of mine, and I
Wow.
was talking about seeing Prodigy at I think it was Ultra, like early on, and they were performing at Ultra. And I'm like, I have to get into the crowd because it's Prodigy. Like, I mean, it's just epic. Oh,
You just
so-
have to be in the crowd to feel that
Yeah.
energy. Like, that's not a concert where you stand on the side
And, like,
sipping on some
no,
wine. You just have to get in there. And maybe it's like
You don't want to be
Crazy
in the
about
booth. You want to
No.
be in the crowd.
Yeah.
And you know,
Stage dive.
this is totally skipping ahead, but I love the romantic videos that you guys are posting because you get in with the crowd and dance with your fans. That's
always-
such an amazing energy.
They're too, like, they give us too much. We can't,
Yeah, we can't handle it.
Sometimes we're like, tonight maybe like the stage is too high, maybe we can't get down, and then it's just in some way we just roll down.
Yeah.
And found ourselves in the crowd.
Yeah, sometimes it's impossible, like you said, when you're like on a really high stage. But that's why we also love doing smaller venues, because then you can almost touch people.
Yeah.
And that's where we come from. So we love big venues, but we also love doing like smaller club stuff.
Yeah.
Those videos give me life. They're awesome. Well, finally, in Finky's verse, in honor of Fall in Love going #1, when I say love, what's the first thing that comes to mind to you guys? Caroline? Don't think about it.
Okay, I think about warmth.
Aw, I love that. I know.
I think about our babies.
Our babies.
Our babies.
Yes, the best babies.
Yeah, and
The
they love each
cutest,
other, and it's
the
just
wildest, the craziest babies.
and it's just a love bomb, like just to be able to like have your best friend having a child, and they love each other. So
I mean, they didn't have a choice.
they didn't have a choice. And it's such a cool thing to be like a female artist in this industry, have a child, still be touring. I just feel so much love. So love.
That's amazing. Well, let's talk about this smash. How was Fall in Love born?
It was born in Sweden.
Yeah.
In like the studio where we wrote our first stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny because we were, in the beginning, the melody was different.
Yeah, just a tiny bit.
And it was just on that da 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 da, like we were just playing around, and then we made a mistake, and everyone was like,
"Oh, wait,
what was that?"
Yeah.
That sounded so cool because it just gives it that unexpected feeling.
Yeah.
So we decided to keep it, and that song.
It was a happy mistake.
Yeah, it was a happy mistake, and it happened so naturally. And we had so much fun writing it.
Yeah. And we were just, it was a girl, there was like 2 girls with us.
Yeah.
And we wrote a lot with Pug and Husky. So it was the first session we had with them. We were only women in the studio, which was like such a cool thing.
It's awesome.
And then also, like, I mean, that song is about when you fall so hard for someone. It's like running straight into a brick wall.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh, I almost feel nauseous. I don't know what to do with myself. I love this feeling, but it's also a little bit scary.
Yeah.
Is this love? Like, is this how it's supposed to be feeling? Because I know a
feel
lot of people
lovesick.
can relate to that.
Absolutely. But I'm just curious, what was the mistake?
It was something with the notes. This is how it feels like
when it
like, was it there?
Yeah.
It's like the weird note in the chorus was like, just like
it was more like a classical cleaner, not it was just different before. And we were like, yeah, this is cool, but where should we go? And like then when we just stumbled over this thing, we were like, oh okay, so this is the little thing that the song was missing. Like
just
it was a little bit too perfect before.
It's so incredible how the best things come out of mistakes.
Yeah,
it's always like that.
Happy mistake.
Absolutely. Now, how long ago did you guys start working on it in Sweden?
I think we started about a year ago.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But we knew right away that we wanted it. Like, this is going to be the main like track on the album. So we had it for a long time just waiting.
Yeah.
And we were like, we are going to show you soon.
And we also
Little Icons. This song.
Rewrote the song. We did new verses on it because it felt undone. Sometimes it's important to just let songs just be like resting for a while and take a pause from it and then go back. That's been like our magic receipt. And then you can hear like, oh, it's done or it's not done. But we've been working on it for about 6 months, maybe.
Yeah.
And talking about letting it rest kind of leads into my next question. I always love finding out how many different V's there are of a song from when you start working on it all the tweaking that goes on to when you finally put it out. Do you guys remember what the final V was of Fall in Love?
I mean,
Wow.
it must have been like
37.
Yeah, like, so many different ones. I feel sorry we work a lot with an amazing producer called Yaro. He's been like the main producer on our album, and he's just his work ethic is crazy.
Yeah.
So we're also a little bit spoiled. We're like, we want a new version. We want to do like this. And he just makes it happen. So I think some songs have like a crazy amount.
Yeah, it's almost embarrassing, like hundreds of versions. To this one,
And
I
then
think,
the worst thing is if you're like, let's go back to the first
yeah,
one.
it's usually when it's original.
I like this 201st version, but let's go back to the first.
Yeah. Crazy stuff.
That is hilarious. Well, congratulations on this #1. Congratulations on the album, on the tour. It is so awesome seeing you guys. Icona Pop, thank you so much for your time with us on America's Dance 30.
And let's not wait 10 more years, okay?
Let's not.